Thank you very much. We've heard a wide variety of views here tonight, which is perhaps unsurprising on AI, from those who believe there should be no regulation whatsoever to those who believe that the Trump administration is the cause of all of our problems with regard to the huge gulf between where we stand in Europe and where Americans stand with regard to the development of technology. I don't believe either to be the case. The reason why we are so far behind in Europe has been decades, I believe, in the making, from disastrous decision-making of successive governments in many member states around energy policy, to the fact that if European companies want to attract investment from European pension funds, they have to go to the United States to attract that investment. We absolutely do need to address these issues, not just for AI, but for our whole industrial base in Europe, which is, I think, threatened by our failure to move, by our failure to develop a single market. Similarly, we have failed to develop a single market and coherent rules that apply across the bloc when it comes to the protection of data in Europe. Yes, the GDPR is a very good law, but no, it's not good that it's applied differently within some member states and in almost every member state. That needs to change. But we do need to regulate what issues and technology that poses a risk. And I believe AI does pose a risk. It offers huge benefits, but equally it does pose a risk. And it would be remiss of me as a legislator and us as a parliament not to address those risks. And I believe we should do so through horizontal legislation. The idea that we should abandon horizontal legislation for sectoral legislation because it's moving too quickly is, in my view, wrong. If we can't address it through a single piece of horizontal legislation, then how can we address something that's affecting every area of life through separate legislation for each of those sectors? I don't believe that is possible. I do believe that we have a duty to regulate this area, but we have a duty to enable technology to flourish in Europe. We have a duty to ensure that European monies can be invested in European companies in Europe, and we have a duty to provide for the energy needs of our future, whether that's in health, whether it's heavy industry, whether it's technology. We do have to move, but deregulation, colleagues, I do not believe is the answer. We can deregulate all we want. It won't create an AI sector in and of itself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.